Alright guys, let's make some garlic cilantro shrimp. Here's what we do. When I use cilantro in other recipes, I always save the stems and the bases. I don't throw this stuff out. You know, some people, you may have rabbits or something you can give it to, but I always save this. What we want to do is just chop this up real good. Just go through it, make sure it's nice and chopped up. You gotta chop it up good because that releases all the flavor. There's a lot of oils and stuff in the cilantro that you want to get into your shrimp. So get it nice and chopped up fine. Get you a bowl, pop it in there. Don't miss any. All right, so now that you got about a half a cup of chopped cilantro, I'm gonna add yourself some minced garlic. When you scoop it out of here, use a fork so you don't get all the juices. I'm gonna do about a tablespoon. As always, we're gonna add black pepper, about a half a teaspoon. And then just to break the meat free, we're going to just add about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And then to make it stick, a tablespoon of olive oil. So the tablespoon of olive oil will actually make it stick to the shrimp and make it not stick to the grill. Now I like my shrimp a little spicy, so I'm going to go with the old standby, my favorite seasoning, Tony Chachere's Creole. I'm going to do about a teaspoon of that. And we're just going to toss that around. Get that all mixed up real good. And the binder here, it's going to make it all come together, is about a quarter cup of tomato sauce. You can see that turns it into more of a liquid. So there we've got that. We got our shrimp. We'll leave the tails on because they're going to get skewered. And we're just going to dump that right on in there. Just simply toss it around. Make sure it gets all up in there and covers all the shrimp. Okay, and push everything down so it's all immersed in the juices. You don't want any sticking up. The ones that stick up, they won't get any flavor on them. Alright, that's ready for the grill. Alright, wash my dish. Now we are going to make some zucchini with this meal tonight with the shrimp. And instead of just chopping it up and putting it on the grill, I'm going to do something pretty special. We're actually going to use a filling or stuffing made of blue cheese dressing, feta crumbles, and fresh garlic. How do you do that? Just cut it right down the middle, like so. I've already washed these really good with apple cider vinegar. They are from the store. They are not from the garden. Then what I'll do is take my little bowl, and you want to start at the end. Kind of scoop the ends out. And then you want to just run your spoon right down the middle till all the seeds are out. Just like so. You want to leave about 1/4 inch of the zucchini. And after you scrape them, just put them aside. I do this because it makes sure that I don't run off and break the end off, because you don't want that happening, because then a lot of your filling is going to run off into the grill. Nope, we're not going to throw this away either. Alright, you want to get it down to the weight. Not that you can't leave some of the seeds in there, they're tasty too, but some people get kind of grossed out. So that's all compost right there. I'm going to put that aside and we're going to use that in the garden. Alright, so let's take our bowl out. Gonna make ourselves a little filling. I'm gonna start with the blue cheese. Gonna do about 1/4 cup of that. Do about 1/4 cup of feta crumbles. And then we're gonna do about a tablespoon of fresh minced garlic. And to keep with the theme of the meal, I'm going to go with about 1/8 cup of tomato sauce. Contadina, out of the can. So what I do is I use jars that have been used. Anything I open up in a can that I'm not going to use the whole can of, like the Contadina comes in a huge can, I just put it in the jar and then put it in the fridge, because the cans you can't really seal them. So now we got this, and you're like, well, gee man, that's kind of runny. That's not really a good filling. Well, this over here. Got a couple pieces of bread that have been, so these have been toasted lately, and I've let them sit out for about an hour or so to really get nice and crunchy. I'm just going to put that right in there. I like to do one at a time. I use my pizza cutter as a hammer. Sometimes this amount you won't need the whole 2 pieces of bread, so I'm just going to add this right here into the mix and see how it thickens up. If it thickens up nice, I'll save this one in the refrigerator for another recipe. This is basically breadcrumbs. A little bit more coarse than a typical breadcrumb. No chemicals, just bread. Only the chemicals in the bread. Alright, so I think with this amount of the recipe, I'm coming close to the consistency I want, but I'm not quite there. So, I'm going to go ahead and just add the other piece of bread in there, I think. So I got 4 big zucchinis. So we'll do that again. And Michael Jackson says, beat it. Close it all but a tiny bit so the air can escape. Otherwise you're going to have bread flying everywhere. Use a meat hammer for this too, or a real hammer. All right. Here we go. I'm going to take that center out where it's still a little bit soft, and I'm going to give that to the bird. Here you go, pretty bird. There you go. Tasty bread. She loves bread. Probably wants a cracker. No, Winston, you don't get bread. It makes you fart. Right. Now, these bags you get about 3 uses out of. Don't close them. Just kind of save that for whatever else you might be doing in the future. Clean your board off. Alright, I'm just gonna mix this up the rest of the way. You won't even notice there's bread in there. I use the French bread because it's virtually flavorless. It's just in there for the texture. So now you can see we got a nice stuffing going on here. You know, if you're doing carb free, you know, you go ahead and stuff it all in there without the bread if you want. It might start bubbling and bubble over a little bit, but it won't hurt anything. It won't change nothing. Or you can use one piece of bread. Whatever works best for your diet that you got going on at the time. All right. So, Houston, we have a problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this into 4s. Before I get overboard. And that way you don't run out in any. So as you can see, this one's filling up nice. All right. Like so. Need a little more right there. Okay, you just want them nice and level. The bread's going to rise a little bit. It's going to poof up a little bit. And then what's awesome about the bread that you won't realize till the end is it'll crisp up on top because of the grill. So we're just going to put that over here aside. All right. Perfect. They are ready to go on the grill. So we give it to the doggy. Here you go, boy. Guess not, want not. All right, as you can see, we got 4 nice zucchini stuffed, ready to throw on the grill. Don't need to wrap it around the pan, just cover it. Set it aside. All right. Okay. Been marinating for a while. Looking pretty good. Start off by the tail. Leave the tail on. And stab it right through just like that. Put them all on the same way. Put them all on opposite. However you want to do it. I like to alternate them. I don't know why. We're going to set this shrimp aside. And as you see, we have a bowl full of marinade left. Now, wouldn't it be a shame to throw that out? There's all kinds of good stuff in there. It's fresh. So I'm thawing out some chicken for tomorrow. As soon as it's thawed out, I'm going to dice it up. I'm going to marinate it in that. We're going to make some chicken pizza. All right. So we got our zucchini stuff. We got our shrimp skewered and marinated. Marinated or marinated. How do you say that? How do you say that, Winston? Marinated? Marinated? The grill is on, and we are going to go out there in about 2 minutes here and drop this stuff on there. So we will see you then. Oh, all the roosters are going off. You hear birdies chirping? All right. So we're going to take these zucchinis, save this foil, cover my shrimp with it. We're not going to put the shrimp on right away. Woo! Now I'm just going to put these zucchinis on to my hot side of the grill. Now we're going to cook these for a little while to make sure the zucchinis are cooked, basically. And then I am going to turn this side off because we are going to use convection. So this side is on about medium low. This side warmed up, sterilized or whatever, you know, heated the grill up. Now it's off. And when these are done on the bottom, they'll slide over here. I'll close it down. We'll go for about a half an hour on the zucchinis. And then I'll put the shrimp on, and it takes about 10 minutes to cook. So now we just wait for the zucchini to be cooked underneath. And then we can slide it over, close it. The convection will cook the top. What we got here, 3 tablespoons of butter and a little more than a half a teaspoon of Tony Chachere's seasoning. That's what we're going to put on the shrimp. Woo, crazy dog. All right, let's go ahead and get these zooks moved over to the other side here. try to lift them up. Slide them if you can. You drop one of these and whoo, what's happening right here is going to happen there. If you get one that does that, just kind of poke the filling back in and lean it up against one of the other ones. Alright, we'll put the butter right there to stay hot, melt slow. And then we're going to close this up. And that is going to cook on convection. This side is on, this side is off. Right, Winston? Alright, these zucchinis are looking pretty good. Let's throw some shrimps on. Move them back and forth so they don't stick. Oh yeah. Oh, my bird's going nuts. See you in a bit. Oh, the roosters are going already. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks good, man. Oh. Nothing better than grilled shrimp. Do real gentle so all your cilantro doesn't fall off. Nice and easy. You're gonna lose a little bit. The more careful you are, the more you keep. Like I said, notice this? It's getting a little bit of crust on it. Sealing in the juices so it stays nice and moist. You can always tell when the zucchini is just about done, when it bends real easy. That's going to be done about the time that's done. Probably about another 5 to 7 minutes. That would be about 15 rooster crows. You ready to eat, boy? I bet you are. Alright, it's almost dark. Drop this on and let it melt the rest of the way. And then we're going to eat. Oh, the dogs are going wild around here. Even mine. He don't bark though. He's a good boy, right, Winston? Yeah. Winston he's a very quiet doggy. Yeah, he's very quiet and peaceful. Yeah. Gonna bite my hand? Yeah? Yeah. Gonna bite my hand? There it is. It's looking pretty much perfect right about now. Save some of that cilantro. Yeah, there we go. This is the way to get these up off the grill without dropping them. Really carefully. How about that? Oh, I see you trying to get up in there. Alright, let's take this in the house. Come get the butter. Oh, you're all excited, aren't you, boy? Yeah, it's time to eat. It's your favorite time. Alright. First thing I like to do, instead of taking it off of here, put it on a plate and then pouring the butter over it, is I just bring it to the butter. take a fork, kind of toss them around, soak up all that butter. This way you keep all of your cilantro and everything in there. Yeah. Just flip them around a few times, and that butter will find its way down. That's what gravity does. Right there. All right, beauty. Take one of these beautiful zucchinis, place it right there. Oh yeah. Take some of these here shrimp, pull them out right next to it. A little bit of butter. You know you want that. He's a puppy still. Come here. Sit. Good boy. There you got tasty shrimp. All right, let's go give one to your sister now. Yep, she loves shrimp too. Here you go, pretty bird. Oh, she's hiding behind her towel. I won't take your picture, Athena. There you go. She's a sweet birdie. All right, guys, we're going to nosh on this. Appreciate you watching. Peace. Like, share, and subscribe if you don't mind.